This is Sean with Gate City Foundation Drainage. We are back on a job here. We put in a system probably about a year ago. We caught this gutter and we caught some gutters in the back here. We caught this gutter. We caught this gutter. And what's happening is the water is like sheeting across here. They did some change up here with the neighbors, and now the water is sheeting across, and it's just like going into this basement area here. And so what we're going to do, I've got the concrete crew here. We're going to pour some concrete sloping away and put a channel drain in right along here and then out into the natural area. So this has been a big problem, and it just started, the homeowner said. The system that we put in, catching the gutters, solved the flooding on the other side of the basement. So there's part of our system right there, you can see, and it goes out and across there. So this is a new problem that has just popped up with the water sheeting across the yard and then just slamming in the basement slash porch area right there. So that's what we're working on today. This is one of those jobs where I have the drainage guys and the concrete guys on the same job. There's a little bit of drainage work to do, and so my drainage guys agreed to come in and work for a half day here. And so I always give them the option if they want to come and work, even if it's not a whole lot going on for them, for their portion, just to make sure to include them and give them the work. But this was mainly a concrete job, and the concrete crew was out here, and we also brought the mini Bobcat out since it was a fairly small area. But we also brought the big Bobcat out, and both of those worked. In this clip, you can see we are exposing the existing PVC pipe with the excavator, and take a look at that smooth bucket there. That will not damage that PVC pipe. But what we had in here is we had an internet line, and so we decided to hand dig the rest of this area just to try to babysit that internet line and not cut it. We cut this customer's internet line last time, so we're trying to make sure not to do it again this time. He said he'd beat us up if we did it again. We were running right alongside the existing pipe with our new channel drain, but that pipe was already set. The fall was correct on it, and so we just ran a completely separate pipe for the new channel drain, and we just ended it near the outfall of the previous one. And so that way you have double the capacity. The channel drain is independent of the gutter system. We are making pretty good progress here. We took a bunch of the dirt over here and rolled it up over here to now make a slope down. And then our channel drain, we got 20 feet here. It's going to go across here. So getting this channel drain set is kind of laborious. You have to get it set right for it to fall and for it to work right. How's it going, Miguel?
You gotta take a leave that one, mijo, to collect that one.
All right, we just laid our channel drain in here, and we got to check it We got a full bubble on it. So that means that this channel is going to take a bunch of water and send it that way. How are we doing this way, Miguel?
Let me see the level, man.
Right there.
Okay, bubble, go that way.
Still a full bubble.
Yeah. It's more
Okay.
the inch and a half.
Okay, nice.
Is that what you're running in that, Sean?
Yep.
That's where it says.
Here we are finishing up the outfall for the channel drain, and take a look at that piece of pipe off to the right there. That was what the guys originally thought was going to work, but once you start digging and you hit roots and stuff, you may change your plan a little bit, and the guys feel completely free to change things as they need to. That little piece of short pipe that they already cut is just now going to be reused at some point, so they feel free to do the best job they can with the materials we have. Whoa, whoa.
Yes.
How's it look, boss?
Full bubble, boss.
Sweet.
Full bubble.
We are getting our pipe in here. We got a full bubble the whole way.
I'm gonna get the race car. Okay.
And we're heading over down to where our existing outfall was. And this is a little trick I taught the guys. Get a ratchet strap and you can strap up some of these bushes. So this is holly right here, it's got prickers on it. So I think we're just about ready for concrete. While we are here on this job, we're going to do some patching of this driveway. So the whole thing needs to be replaced, but this apparently is like a teeter-totter, and every time a car goes over it, it bangs and they hear it inside. And then we're also going to replace the worst section down there. The whole thing needs to be replaced, but it's, you know, kind of too expensive to do all of it right now. I think I hear a concrete truck. The major obstacle with this job was access to the backyard because you couldn't get a very big truck up this alleyway, and you certainly couldn't get the concrete truck up there. And so I brought the concrete buggy over, and Harvey was on the big skid steer, and I was on the concrete buggy, and we were just running loads back and forth up this hill. And so having two machines like that running loads makes pretty quick work of even a pretty big amount of concrete, moving it around. We are just finishing up for today. We're waiting for this to dry out a little bit so we can give it a broom finish. But everything is falling away from the house, away from here, and on down the side there. We've got the channel drain there, but the concrete itself is gonna keep the water away from the house. So even if the channel drain gets overwhelmed or clogged, this will still act as a chute for water to go across. So I can't wait to come back and see it all finished. We are back out on this job. We have some finish grading to do and just general cleanup. So part of this job was getting everything back to 100%. And so a lot of times when you do concrete work, this is how they leave the concrete. The concrete guys don't do the finish grading. So they pull up the forms and they're out. But since we're doing drainage work here too, we're also bringing in some extra dirt. We got to replace a few of these pavers that the skid steer broke up. Got to get rid of some more trash here. And the sand, I want to get this out of here and get dirt in here. And we've got some extra pavers over here that we want to replace the bad ones and then haul these ones away. So we got another load of dirt. Now one of the things concrete crews, they basically come and dig the dirt out and haul it away. And this has happened on many jobs where we pull the dirt out, take it away, and then we have to bring it back. So I've been trying to get better about that, especially when I'm doing the finish grading on site. So it's easier to take the dirt away after the job's finished than it is to take it away and then bring more back in. Taking all this dirt out of here was a pretty big mistake on our part because we couldn't just back the dump truck in and dump another load. We had to run it back and forth through the gate with the mini Bobcat. And so what we end up doing here is we're getting the dirt out of the dump truck, and then that'll make the room for all the concrete debris and sand that we need to get back off site, and some of those timbers and things. And so my last concrete video where we left a big pile of dirt, I learned from this one, we need to really be careful to not take the dirt away and then have to bring it back, because that doesn't do anybody any good. All right, one of the things I want to do here is ease this edge right here and have more of a gradual drop down into it. So the tracks on this thing work really well for doing that. There was a paver patio right here, and there was a ton of sand underneath it, and the homeowner basically wanted to take those pavers out of there and turn it from a constant maintenance item to concrete, which is a non-maintenance item. And so you don't want this sand in here because the water goes right through the sand. And so I agreed to get rid of the sand and replace it with dirt to help with the drainage issues here on this side of the house for the homeowner. We are making pretty good progress, and I wanted to show you really quickly. So we pack in dirt along the edge here, and then I track over it back and forth with the Bobcat. This is critical that you get the transition from the ground to the new concrete really, really stable and well packed in there, because you want the water to flow across there and into the drain. If you don't get this step done, the water's just going to smash up against the concrete and cause more problems. So the tracks work really, really well because they're fairly uniform in their application of pressure across there, as opposed to wheels, which have all the pressure and the weight in one spot. So that track machine does a really nice job for just kind of packing stuff down. We're going to give that area a finish grade, or a little feathering off. This we're going to leave packed in because they're going to do some planting and stuff over there. So it's looking pretty good. I wanted to show you really quickly the concrete patch job we did here. So this turned out pretty nice. Now obviously this whole thing could stand being replaced, but just patching it is hundreds of dollars, and replacing it is thousands of dollars. So the homeowners went ahead with just a patch, but obviously this could stand to be replaced. So they weren't too worried about it. There were a couple of real bad spots. We got those done for them. And that was that. We are finished with this job, so let's take a look. So we got the new patio all poured. They said they really like it so far. We traded pavers, which they said are high maintenance, for concrete, which is low maintenance. So that was a big plus for this job. We've got our channel drain in here, and we got a pretty good slope going across here. The homeowners were worried about this slope and that affecting their ability to enjoy the patio, and they said they don't even notice it, so they can be sitting out here and doing whatever. All the concrete is sloping this way. The one thing he did say is this walkway, because it has such a high slope over here, it's kind of a pain to try to walk across it, but they were much more concerned with the water that was going under this deck and into the garage. So he said he's not worried about that at all. I also raised up this gate so it actually opens now and clears the concrete a little bit better. So we should be in really good shape. Now we just need to wait for some rain. I'm back out here on this concrete. It's been several weeks. We haven't had any rain, so I wanted to zip over here and take a look. So you can see we've got our dry line right there. That's always a good sign. And the rain just stopped, pretty much died down pretty good. But looks like everything's working really well over here. And this is the previous system that we put in. So those are still flowing really well. And it looks like we're catching the water right across here and into there. Oh, look at this. They got a little garden going right there. Nice. And with the yard's coming back because we tore it up pretty good. So things are looking good. They want me to come out here and bring some more gravel out here. And I haven't gotten to that yet. So that's on my list of things to do.